At Cumberland Model Engineering, some of the things that we do is basically the sort of machine shop work that you in your home shop are probably not capable of. The idea is we help you, the scratch builder or the kit basher, to accomplish the project of your dreams without having to buy a boatload of equipment. So I, like you, I'm a model railroader. This is what I do for fun, but it's also what I do in order to help fund my hobby. Capabilities of our shop are the capabilities of essentially a small machine shop. I'm able to do turnings on the Monarch 10EE. It's pretty much just your standard tool room lathe, World War II vintage. I'm also able to do some production work on the other Monarch I have, which is a turret lathe, also a 1945 model, basically set up to make axles, possibly wheels, bushings, things of that nature, anything that needs to be repeated. As is common with most machine shops, I also have other manual tools. For instance, a Bridgeport type of mill, which is essentially a clone. And this I use for just basic other simple operations. So this is about as common as hen's teeth as far as milling goes. But think of milling in terms of being able to cut troughs or to precision drill holes in a workpiece. For more sophisticated projects, what I use is a wire EDM. Wire EDM is basically, imagine this, it's cutting metal with a lightning bolt, or a little small lightning bolt, through using a very controlled short circuit. Small current is passed into a workpiece and at the head of a wire, and that part of metal is just simply burned through. And the resolution, or in other words, the tolerances that are achievable are within the 10,000ths of an inch range. So basically, if it can be drawn in CAD, computer-aided design, something like AutoCAD or BobCAD or SolidWorks, any of those other sort of programs, then it can be cut on this machine. Think of it as an electronic bandsaw. For projects that are suitable for milling operations, and doing a lot of them, I'm also equipped to do CNC milling. That's where another machine I have comes into play. This machine is simply a Milltronics Partner 1 12 station automatic tool changer CNC mill. This is about a 1995 model, and this I use for generating locomotive frames or for doing 3D milling, for instance, for patterns for steam locomotive drivers or what have you. The final tool I have out here in the shop is a laser cutter. Laser cutter is used for laser cutting wood, styrene. Basically, if you can draw it in CAD, and it's a material that is, for instance, in wood, I can't really cut over much half of an inch, but if you can draw it in CAD, then the cutting envelope that I have is roughly about 34.5 inches by 48 inches. In other words, in my scale, the stuff I do in 1/20th scale, I can do essentially an 80-foot passenger car. And that's the idea behind this. Be able to generate wooden freight car kits, as well as plastic or styrene kits, and a number of other things along these lines. So if you want to know a little bit more about what I do, this would be an example. Here is a freight car under construction. This is a 1/20th scale flat car, also known in F scale, and it's 40 feet in real life. In actuality, here in the model world, it's about 2 feet long. Track gauge in F scale is roughly about 2.8 inches. If you'd like to find out more about the stuff that I build or have built, then take a look-see at my website, www.cumberlandmodelengineering.com. We'll see you there.